passing out flyers in Bible study, you know, I get everybody to the oil slick and all that kind of stuff. I look like I want to go to that. You know, come on, you know. I don't want to go to the oil slick. I know it sounds like it's going to be, for y'all that don't know, that's some kind of major party or something. Right? That one too. I don't want to go to that one either. That one too, yeah. But that, you know, I get invited to stuff anyway. You know, I just take it in stride, right? We always get invited to stuff. So you got to be careful what you get invited to, because that's what gets us in a lot of these sticky situations, right? All these things end up bad for us a lot of times, and it start off with an invitation, a simple invitation. So guess what? I'm going to talk to you today about another invitation. But this one is a good invitation, though. In fact, this one is considered a great invitation. Amen. So let's talk about the great invitation, show you how it's really done. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Everybody stand for the reading of the word. Invitation right here, right? Amen. Look at what Jesus said first off. Come to me. What does come to me mean? To move or journey to a vicinity with a specific. Look at how he says, come to me. There's a sense of urgency there. Jesus is not saying just come to me. It's like, come to me. Because he knows something bad is going to happen if you don't do that. Amen? So you need to come to Jesus and don't hesitate. Come to Jesus where you are. You need to come to Jesus if you're sick. You need to come to Jesus if you're well. You need to come to Jesus if you're broke. You need to come to Jesus if you're depressed. You need to come to Jesus if you don't know what to do next. You need to come to Jesus if you're trapped. You might be asking yourself, Brother Clark, how am I going to come to Jesus? You can come to Jesus through prayer. You can come to Jesus through the word. You can come to Jesus through your testimony. You can come to Jesus through your worship. You can come to Jesus through your praise. Give the Lord a hand clap of praise. So, you need to praise him like you're trying to come to him. Carrying heavy burdens. That's what we're talking about. All who are weary and carrying heavy burdens. So you need to know what that means. See, some of y'all in here don't even realize that you're carrying heavy burdens. Some of y'all don't even realize that you're weary. And I can tell that by your lifestyle. I can tell you don't even realize it. Okay, let me go into the word to them. I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger. And he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I say unto you, that ye also have seen me, and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. So what you want to look at with that is, you know Jesus, you heard of Jesus, you hear people talk about Jesus, but you believe not. Talk about this. But you believe not. And what you're saying is, I can handle all this stuff that I'm trying to do by myself. When you say you believe not, I can do this by myself. I can believe something to do in my spare time. That's a heavy burden for you to think that you can come up with the ideas of what to do in your spare time. What you gonna do when you done working? Come on. You can think of something? That's a heavy burden. You done proved time and time again that you don't know what you're doing in that area. Amen. We done made many mistakes in that area. Because we're trying to do it the right way. That's a heavy burden to try to do that by yourself. Shelter is another one. Some of y'all might be on, financial aid. You got a place to stay. To sit there and think that you did that on your own, that's a heavy burden. The heavy burden to try to maintain that, to keep on doing that every time. That's a heavy burden. Amen. All the everyday needs that I haven't mentioned fall in that same category. You still have to rely on Jesus. You have to know him in order to be able to accomplish these things. Amen? And then we get to salvation. Jesus is saying, come to me for salvation. But see, some of y'all are trying to get to heaven without Jesus. Come on. Can I say that again? Come on. Some of you are trying to get to heaven without Jesus. You're trying to accomplish all these things without Jesus. You're trying to accomplish all these goals without Jesus. You're trying to deal with all these people without Jesus. And it's causing you much despair in your life. You can't sleep at night. You can't think straight during the day. You don't know what you're going to do next. You don't know if you're going to make it financially. You don't know if you're going to make it spiritually. You don't know who you can trust. You don't know who you can depend on. You don't know who's going to be there for you. You don't know if you're going to make it through the storm. You don't know if you're going to make it through the confusion. You don't know if you're going to make it through the pain and the suffering. One thing you better know. If you come to Jesus, he'll take away the pain. If you come to Jesus, he'll make it right. If you come to Jesus, he'll make you whole. If you come to Jesus, he'll make your enemies your footstool. If you come to Jesus, he'll provide for your needs. If you come to Jesus, he'll provide you with a way out. If you come to Jesus, he'll see you through. If you come to Jesus, he'll make everything happen for you. If you come to Jesus, he'll give you another chance. If you come to Jesus, you don't have to worry. If you come to Jesus, there'll be no more sleepless nights. Amen. You got to rely on the Lord. That's a big if. If you come, there'll be no more struggle. If you come to Jesus, there'll be no more pain. For everybody that's experiencing that, there'll be no more pain. How do I know that? It's right there in the Word. Look at what it also says there in Matthew. It says, Jesus says, I will give you rest. I will give you rest. Rest means peace of mind, spirit, and soul. Free of anxieties. A quiet calmness in the midst of something. Think about that. I will give you rest. A quiet calmness in the midst of something. When Jesus gives you rest, it means being able to function in the midst of distractions. Being able to serve in the midst of distractions. Being able to love in the midst of distractions. Being able to give in the midst of distractions. Being able to help in the midst of distractions. Being able to work in the midst of distractions. Being able to operate in the midst of distractions. Being able to have joy in the midst of distractions. Being able to worship in the midst of distractions. We need rest. We need peace. We need our spirit and our soul